There are lots of graphs that we often see in A-level physics where the gradient actually means something. So in this one over here, this may represent a displacement time graph, and here at any point the gradient m is going to be equal to the velocity, okay, the rate of change of displacement. And similarly, if we had a graph with velocity against time, the gradient at any point is going to be equal to the acceleration, the rate of change of velocity. But of course we can see here that that gradient is constantly changing. So to work out the acceleration at any particular point, what we need to think about is just the gradient at that particular time, and we therefore have to draw in a tangent to that line to work out the acceleration. Of course, we might have these kind of graphs as well where we have both positive and negative values. So again, we could have a displacement time graph where we could work out the velocity at any point by just working out the value of the gradient. And this sinusoidal shape comes up quite frequently. So maybe we've got phi and we've got t. This one's actually related to maybe something like a generator where we've got the magnetic flux linkage. And again, if we were to look at the gradient at any point, that gradient is going to be proportional to the EMF that we induce. Now, of course, some complicated physics, the kind of stuff we come on to in year 13, but this is why it's so important to be able to calculate the gradient at any point on a curved line. And we simply do that by drawing in a tangent to the point that we're interested in. So let's, for example, look at a tangent to the line at 4.0. Now, there's not one definite answer for this, but the way you've got to do it is really just to sort of judge by eye what you think the gradient might be at that point. So here's the tangent that I'm drawing at this point, and I reckon that that is good enough. Now, if you actually look at any mark schemes for real exam questions, they often give you a range of answers that you can get. But now we've got our straight line, we can just go about calculating the gradient in our standard way. So that means drawing in a large triangle and then calculating the gradient from the change in y by the change in x value. So that's equal to 0.74 in this case, but that's all there is to it. At some point you might need to work out the gradient of a curved line, simply draw in a tangent and then work out the gradient as you would for a straight line. And that's it. By the way, this is just one of many videos I've made covering all of the maths that you need to understand for A-level physics. It's part of a mini course which includes many more topic videos, multiple worked examples, and also a guide that you can download. You can find all of this over at alevelphysicsonline.com.